to my channel. My name is Lindsay. If you're new here, nice to meet you. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. Let's talk some roller skating stuff, because that's what we do on my channel. Is I talk about roller skating and opening a roller skating rink. And today we are going to talk finances. That is like one of the most asked questions that I get on how to open a roller skating rink is, well, how do you pay for it? Most people I know aren't millionaires, and neither am I. So let's talk about the different ways about how to go about financing, business plans, all of that stuff. So if that's something you want to check out, keep on watching. So let's just skate right into this. The first thing I want to talk about is a lot of people are like, where do you get this money from? Well, there are a few different places you can get financing from. You know, the most obvious one is banks and loans. And then there are credit cards, investors. You know, you can ask your family and friends. You can have fundraisers. You can have GoFundMes. In my case, I might start a Patreon for the exclusive content that I can offer behind the scenes. And also, just if you have a job, you know, using your money from your job to funnel that into your business, your skating rink business helps. I have a part-time job, and so that helps pay basically living stuff right now. It's not really paying a paycheck to last me a whole while. But there are different ways and things and people to ask for financing. When approaching like friends or family, you have to come to it as a purely gift, you know, like this is their gift to you. Loans with family, I wouldn't recommend, because a lot of, or friends, you know, it can end badly. Feelings can be hurt if expectations aren't met. Nobody likes having a split from your family because of finances. Like, that sucks. If your family or friends are giving you money, make sure that you're completely transparent in where it's going and that it is purely a gift, so that there's no attached feelings with this gift of helping you start your rink or whatever, because like I said, it can end badly if they're expecting something and you don't meet those expectations, or, you know, miscommunication, whatever. So just be really clear on your communication on that end. Now, if you're going to go to banks and ask for loans, then you really want to make sure you have a solid business plan. You like go through your business plan with a fine-tooth comb. You cover everything. You say why you're passionate. There are plenty of resources out on the internet to write a successful business plan. What I wouldn't do is create a cookie cutter business plan. So just because Jane on the internet has a skating rink business plan, don't copy it. It will sound fake. It won't sound like you. My business plan is personal to me and my journey and why I want to do this. And it's not personal to anybody else. It doesn't mean anybody else can't look at it and say, hey, I really like where you did this part in your business plan. I might do something like that. But again, don't copy another business plan word for word. This has to come from your heart, your passion, your love of running a business of your own that you'd like to be successful in, and especially in such a niche market as roller skating, because there are not many skating rinks open right now. But hopefully with this influx of skating love, basically, that skating can make a comeback. But you have to be strong and passionate in your reasons why you think that these people should finance your roller skating rink. They are putting their hard-earned money into your hands to help you be successful. So having a solid business plan stating, this is what I'm gonna do, this is how my finances are going to work out. This is what I have planned for XYZ. They're going to feel much more comfortable and like it's less of a risk. Now, opening any new business is a risk, and opening a business like a skating rink is a huge risk because it is such a niche market. So, you know, find things that set yourself apart. For me, it's going to be, you know, a triad of entertainment with the roller skating, arcade, and play center. We don't really have that in Watertown right now, and especially with winter coming up, we really don't have anything like that. So I'm really honing in on who my market is and how I'm going to market to them, who my demographic is, who I want coming into the facility, what is going to bring me the most business, all of that. So again, it's part of my business plan, and it's something I really narrowed down into so that I know any money in my business, like funneled into my business, is going to be a good return on an investment for anybody. Now that you have your business plan and you have everything else, you know, you have ideas of how you could get the money. Now the next step is trying to figure out how much everything costs. That part for me, and I don't know if anyone else did it this way, who knows, like I said, everything is different for everybody. For me, it's been finding my location and then working backwards from there. So now that I have my location like narrowed down, like I've got it, I just got to figure out some of the leasing, buying options, things like that. But once I get those figured out, I can find out the rest. I can find out maximum occupancy, so that kind of determines how many skates I need, and that also helps my location. Once I have that, I can figure out flooring costs. I can see how many arcade machines I need to get, a concession stand. Since I'm ordering a soft play center, I can customize its size, which will also determine its cost. So now that I have my location figured out, I can figure out all of that. I can go in and take measurements of exactly what I need. I can pick out paint colors. I can call contractors about how much it's going to be to build a concession stand right here in this area at this size. How much is a sign going to cost now that I'm in this location? And also then once you get that figured out, you also don't think about just the big things in financing. Think about employees, because you got to have people working for you, unless, like, you can't work a skating rink by yourself. It just can't happen because you need somebody at the front, you need somebody at concessions, you need somebody on the floor being a floor guard. Sometimes you might need a separate DJ. You might need an extra person to just help with birthday parties or whatever, but you need employees, and you need to think about how much it's going to cost you to pay them. Now, a lot of businesses probably start many of their employees out on minimum wage, which honestly, it's not a bad idea to start there because you are trying to make money to be profitable. And in our case, in most people's cases, you're most likely going into debt first before you're making money. So it's something, you know, to consider. One of the resources I kind of used for estimating employee costs was going on hnrblock.com. I think that's it. And I just roughly estimated how much an employee is going to cost me throughout the year for how much they get paid and taxes and all of that. And for me in South Dakota, it was like $8,000 a year or something. I don't know. I can't remember exactly. But there are tools out there that you can use to help you figure out how much your employees are going to cost you. So utilize those tools. Talk to other business owners. because they have some insight as to how much their employees cost them per year, per month, per week, whatever. So just talk around and don't be afraid to ask questions. Some other little things to think about when opening a skating rink that are, you know, regular financial things are basic cleaning supplies, bathroom stuff, you know, depreciation on roller skates or equipment, your concession stand, you're going to need to replenish the items in your concession stand. So it's those little things that sometimes you don't think about that, oh yeah, like I need to account for buying toilet paper. It's not something you really think about until you need it. Even like hand soap, just like basic little things like that. So don't think about just the big things, but also like the little things that you might miss otherwise. So next, after kind of figuring out your financing, working backwards, then you kind of need to figure out how much everything is actually going to cost. How many speakers do you need? What kind of sound system are you getting? Are you, what kind of flooring are you getting? Are you doing tiles, laminate, carpet? For your skating floor, are you going wood, concrete, tight coat, sport court? There's so many different options for different price points. Like for me, with the building I'm going in, I'm still not sure if I'm leasing or buying yet, but the thing is, right now, any skating floor is better than nothing. The floor is already concrete, so I just have to pick a coating to pour over it. And granted, I'm not sure how long I'm going to be in this building for. I don't want to invest in a wood floor because I think I've said it in the past, but wood floors are basically permanent and you can't just up and move your wood floor if you change buildings. So, or, you know, build your own building or whatever. Like, it just doesn't happen in this industry. So you kind of have to pick and choose your floor as to how your market is. For me, concrete flooring is the most popular around here. It's actually pretty cost effective. It's mostly affordable and you can usually install it yourself. So I am probably going to go with the concrete flooring with the coating and go that direction because it is more feasible. Right now I am in the process of finding used items because used items still have a lot of value to them. They just have that newness factor taken away. You don't need new items all the time. Because the used items are still in good condition, they can be cleaned up, and they still work, then they're just as good as new, in my opinion. Now for arcade games, like I'll probably have a mixture of old and new just to keep the variety, but things like skates, I bought all those skates and they're used. Some of them gently, some of them a little rough around the edges, but still better than nothing. I will probably also buy another set, or fleet as they call them, of skates in the future just because I know I will need to replace my stock as the older used skates start to break down more. But by buying those used skates, I've saved at least $9,000 by going that direction. Basically, you can customize anything that's used nowadays. Like I have some tables, I had some my Ion at another business that shut down, and I'm going to see if they're still available because last time we took a tour, they were just sitting there and it looked like they could be put to some good use. So I am going to try and find that. There's Google, there's Facebook Marketplace, there is Craigslist, and yeah, just a simple Google search and you can find these auction sites and estate sales and even your own local thrift stores have sometimes really good finds. Once you have some of that or most of that all figured out, you have your finances ready, you've got your solid business plan, and now it's time to go in front of people and talk about your business plan and why they should give you money for your skating rink business. So one thing I learned in school was to be yourself. Don't fake anything. Don't try to come off as somebody you're not. Don't fake anything. Be who you are. If you are excelling in one thing and not so much the other, say you're going to have somebody help you in accounting. I'm not good at accounting, so I'm definitely going to have somebody with experience in accounting. And that's okay to be honest like that. They want your honesty because they want to trust you. You have to build that trust. You'll need to practice your presentation a few times before you get in front of banks and investors into why they should loan you money for your business. You want to make sure you sound happy, confident, like you got this, like this is your business. You're going to take it by the horns and just go. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you are just going to take this business and make it so successful that everybody is going to want to be part of it. And so you have to create that excitement. You have to talk about the things you love. You have to talk about why you love roller skating. You know, if you don't love roller skating, then why are you opening a roller skating business? Be honest, find a mentor, find someone you trust who can give you business advice, who can be honest with you. You don't want a whole bunch of yes men or yes women around you answering your beck and call with yes, yes, yes. Because sometimes not everything is a great idea. Some things are bad ideas, or they could be going in a different direction that would end up better. But you have to find people around you that will be honest with you. Some things to think about that I had a question on was like cost of goods. Since we are a service, you don't really have to worry about cost of goods for admission price. If you don't know what cost of goods are, look it up on Google. Basically, it's how much a product costs you to make it and then how much you're selling. So you want a low cost of goods when it comes to your concession area, because you want to be able to make a big enough profit off of it. So that's one thing to think about. Really utilizing all of your resources for concessions, making sure you have good working machines. A lot of people make their own food, so like they make their pizzas in-house, they make, you know, their funnel cakes in-house, they make quite a few things in-house, and they save money that way. For me, pizza is full of gluten, and I'm going to serve gluten-free food, but the majority of the food, or the majority of the pizza, will not be gluten-free. I can't afford to get sick all the time, so I will figure out another pizza to use for my skating rink that will hopefully keep cost of goods low, but won't make me sick, because I don't want to get sick. Arcade games, you can have those in your rink. Some rinks are actually going away from arcade games. They're still pretty popular here, and I actually want to try and like have people incorporate their technology with games or whatever. You know, if they're in the rink, they're more likely to spend money. So by interacting their phones with technology in the rink would just be fun overall and exclusive to my rink. So I think I might find something like that. I don't know, might be fun. The difference between leasing and buying. really look at that. Again, I'm not sure where I'm at with this location on if I'm going to lease or buy. Really depends on the cost, obviously. I will do whatever one will financially benefit me more. So that's just kind of a little breakdown of finances. I have really not a whole lot to show on my own finances for the skating rink, but some things that I know I do have to do is I need to meet with my friend and realtor and talk about the buying leasing options. Got to go in and get measurements of the building, so we can get estimates on different construction, build out costs. Me and my husband have to look at our own finances, and basically put everything on a spreadsheet and go from there, and then go to the banks and ask for money because I got no money. If you have any questions or comments or anything, put them in the comments below. I am not an expert on this yet, so you guys trusting me with this information is like crazy, but I love you all so much, and if there's any way I can help you start a roller skating rink, even myself am just starting one. I'm hoping to be open in like 6 months and take you guys on that journey. But yeah, I'm by no means an expert. I'm just going through the motions, but yeah, nobody was doing this on YouTube, especially when I was trying to find out research. So yeah, that's where we're at. But I think I'm gonna go. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all later. Bye.